trunking tonight, double deck. As you can probably hear, there's a fridge running, taking chilled goods down to Dagenham on a double decker and then bringing frozen goods back. Some paperwork all sorted, about 3 more pallets to load on the bottom deck and then we're done. I think just done all my checks, everything's good. Else to do, wait for the light to turn green, get the paperwork, pull off the dock, shut the doors up, drop the suspension at the back, and off we go. Number plate. Lovely. There's our load. Full bottom. Full on the top. Close the doors. Top's not right. That's better. We've got the bottom and the top locked now. Pull that, drop the suspension, grab the power cable, that's all that's left. Changed in 7 months. All these yellow railings are here. They weren't there last time. The double decks are here. They weren't here last time either. And these annoying bollards as well that we have to squeeze through now. Fits. we go. More traditional headcam shot now that we're off site. So we're on our way to Dagenham. Got to take the ever so slightly longer route because we're a double deck, 15'10" the height indicator says. And there's a low bridge going the slightly short way that we can't fit under. So have to head to the motorway and down the motorway around the M25 and to Dagenham. About 2.5 hours it takes. Doesn't feel quite as heavy as yesterday, even though it's full. Yesterday's one was a lot heavier. Unless I'm just getting used to it, having not done a double deck for quite some time. Yeah, this trailer definitely has an air of stability about it, unlike yesterday's. It was a bit bouncy and lurchy and a bit skittish and wild, as it were. It was definitely loaded up towards the higher end of 44 tonnes. This definitely doesn't feel anywhere near that heavy. So here we are going up the steep incline, or not particularly that steep. As you can see, I'm doing 31 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, about the same as yesterday. Even getting completely whopped by a Tesco's truck. And yes, hello, down to 9th. Maybe we are heavier than yesterday. But the reason that I'm bringing this all up is because there's this one consistent story that keeps coming up on the coaches, be it the new drivers or the old drivers, that there is a lot of hatred towards the VDLs, or the DAFs in disguise, because they're slow and they're underpowered and the handling's terrible and awful and dear. I mean, I personally don't notice that much difference in the handling between the Volvos and the VDLs. The throttle is very typically DAF, and if people aren't used to that, they find it quite jerky and annoying, and you can't get the smooth acceleration that you like, and certainly not as easy as what the Volvos do it. And I find it quite funny, because yes, the Volvos are more powerful. They've got 410 horsepower, which for a vehicle with a gross weight of 18 tonnes is way more than enough. It accelerates super duper well, especially when it's empty. It takes off like a racing car nearly. And going up most hills, like even that one back there, it probably wouldn't have slowed down much. Maybe, I think the most I've ever slowed down in a Volvo fully loaded is about 90, 85 k's maybe. Yeah, there's a steep mountain pass as you go up from Italy into Austria. They tend to slow down a bit, then about sort of around the 80 mark. But Yeah, the VDLs, or DAFs in disguise, whatever you want to call them, they've still got plenty of horsepower. They've still got 360 horsepower engine, which, as I've said, 18-ton gross weight vehicle is way more than enough. Now, I haven't driven them too much. I've driven them twice. Only once I'd done a shuttle one day from Rome to Venice, I think it was. And there's a few steep hills here and there. There's nothing too excessive. It'd probably be the equivalent of that one back there. And fully loaded, full load of people, full load of luggage underneath. They still pulled perfectly fine up all the hills. Like down into 11th gear, 80 kilometers an hour up all the hills. It never dropped any slower than that. And for me, coming from trucks, that is plenty of speed up a hill. You couldn't really ask for much more than that. And time and time again, the new guys, the old guys, they moan that the VDLs just cannot get up the hills fast enough. They're so underpowered, they're so slow. And every time they say that, I just think to myself, yeah, firstly, you don't drive trucks, do you? Secondly, you haven't worked for Waitrose, because that is the true definition of underpowered and slow. Because any tiny little hill, no matter how small it is, you usually almost immediately drop down to sort of 70-60 kilometers an hour. And then on the steepish hills you drop right down to 20 miles an hour. Like, what's that? 50 kilometers an hour? I mean, that has to be a pretty steep hill before you're doing 50 kilometers an hour on any of those coaches, even a VDL. So I always have a quiet chuckle to myself whenever I hear one of the guys moaning about these coaches being underpowered and slow, because they're really not. So we're not too far away now. Just cruising along the A13 towards Dagenham. And if you carry on down this road far enough, the Gherkin will come into view, turn left, and then there's the hostel where all the trips start and end, near our depot, because we're on the elevated section now. Should be coming into view any second. I think it might be this building in front of us. There's the colour green through the windows, it looks good. Yeah, that's the branding, yeah. That was Bay 3 looking. Nope, there's a truck on Bay 3, that's no good. Bay 3 is the only one with a double deck dock, so I only have a choice of one. There was a truck on it last night, there's another one on it tonight as well. So hopefully they'll see me as I come in and get that truck moved in a few minutes time. But here we are, we've looped around. You can see that traffic maybe on the camera, that's the elevated section. There's that reversing out there. You ain't wanting to come down here, are you? It's a bit tight for 2 trucks. That's the Citra guy that went past earlier. You coming this way? Yeah. Can I get much far over? Not too much more. You gonna wait there? You better add. In we go. Just about enough room to squeeze round without getting a curb. Yeah, just about. I don't know who removed the gates off of that gatehouse, but it makes life a lot easier now. And this is us on the right. So I've got to stop for security, so see you on the inside. So there's the elevated section just above us. As you can see, it clips over the edge of the yard slightly. But here I am in the yard. A couple of trucks are pulled out. 2, 3 and 4 still got trucks on. And I want bay 3. As you can see, it's slightly higher than all the rest because that's the double deck dock. So I'm just going to have to park here, wait until those trucks have moved, or at least the middle one certainly. Hey up, this looks promising. Lights are on, he's moved forward. Yeah, there he goes. So I'm picking up frozen, so change the fridge now to frozen, so there's a chance at least of getting down to temperature. And open up the back doors. Where are we? Down. -1. Keep going, keep going. That's as low as it goes. Equals set point changed. And we should hear it beep and fire up. When you're ready, there we go. There we go. So that is done. I've just got to connect the power lead once I'm on. I've also got to be reversing down this slope that I don't reverse down at an angle. Otherwise the trailer could tip too far to the side and end up going over completely. And we don't want that, because that'll be a disaster. straighten it up. And then backwards. Pretty much straight onto the bay now. One last thing to do, or two things. Stick the power cable on, which we've just done, and now blow the suspension up. Just be careful not to do it too far, because this has got quite a poor design in that you're able to expand the airbags further than the ground clearance. So if you're not careful, your suspension can hit the deck. Right, power cable there, doors are shut, suspension level, been given the nod, got paperwork, off we go. Now it's only the top deck that's been loaded up. And they've left it down at the bottom, so I'm basically driving now as if it's a single deck, or weight wise anyway, it's going to act like it's a single deck. And it's going to be a lot lighter as well. Nobody coming, excellent. Swing it wide to get the trail around. There we go. And off we go. Good news is I get to go home, which is good because it's 3 in the morning and I have to be in work 2 o'clock this afternoon. So quickly whiz home, go to bed, sort some stuff out, back into work, do it all again. What am I missing? Bits and bobs and all sorts. So, that is it for today. Nice easy day. Well, not much else to say really. Pretty much all my days are going to be easy. Might have some multi-drop next week. We'll see. So it's actually going to involve some work if I do that. What else? No. So until next time. See you then.